At what point is enough enough? Change needs to happen immediately. We need to change these gun laws. There is no reason in the world nobody should have an AR-15. You are not at war. You don't need it for hunting unless you're hunting people. Division and racism is at an all-time high. It's never been great in this country for people that look like myself or a person of color. Never. We fight for equality, but there's a lot of people that want to push back on that, thinking we just want to take over and take everything. We want to work with people. We want to work with you, but you make it difficult and you make us not like you. Black people can't be racist. We don't control enough to be able to determine your future or determine your finances or anything of that nature. But we are prejudiced because of what's been done to us. Buffalo, our brown brothers and sisters that was just gunned down at this school. Mental health is an issue. Parents, the parents of these kids, I have so much, like, it's heartbreaking because nobody wants to lose their child. And the parents of those shooters, you have failed your child. You have failed them. You were not there enough to recognize that this kid needed help. You did not do enough to get this kid help. There is no excuse you can give. I had to work all the time. I'm a single parent. There's a lot of us out here that are single parents that work all the time. And we still had enough know-it-all to recognize if something was changing in our child. We did not neglect. We did not let go. We did not ignore. We did not brush it off. You have failed. You failed your child. You failed yourself. You failed the parents of the children that was murdered. You failed the parents and brothers and sisters of all of these mass shootings. Government, do something. Biden, do something. Don't tweet. Stop tweeting. We need to get it in. You have executive powers. Do something. It's time for the silence to stop. It's time for the thoughts and prayers to stop. The moment of silences to stop. And it's time for action. We need to get these ARs off the street. We need to get these assault rifles, these machine guns off the street. We need to have background checks, extensive background checks. Because there's a lot of people in this country that should not own a gun. With the way that this country is going, with the division, with inflation, with no money raise, like no paycheck raises. People are now divided and in survival mode. And if they got guns, that is a horrible combination. It's time for action. It's time for you congressmen and that President Biden to get up off that ass and make change. Because this country is going to collapse if we keep going down the road that we're going. We are seemingly headed to a civil war. We just had a Buffalo shooting where a man wrote the N-word on his aim and shot black people purposely. You can't say that there's no racism out here. You can't. You're only fooling yourself. And you're trying to deflect away from acknowledging that people that look like you are doing these things. Being silent is no longer an option. Imagine your child that you sent to school and you was on your work day and you get a call or you see on the news that the school that your child went to, there was a mass shooting. Your heart would drop out of your chest. You would be scrambling. You would be terrified. But because a lot of people say, well, it didn't happen to me, it didn't happen here, it's not happening over here, don't think that it can't. Don't think that that one neglected child or that one mentally ill child that decides to take out his frustrations goes to that school and accidentally hits your kid. Or I shouldn't even say accidentally, purposely. And white people, let's be clear. Majority of these mass shootings are done by y'all. Fear of people of color, mental illness, whatever. It's time to start acknowledging the fact here that there is a white supremacist problem in this country. It's always been there. You've known it. You just didn't want to see it. You didn't want to accept it. You didn't want to believe that you were racist or anybody in your kind was racist. I'm sorry, but the facts are the facts. And now that everything is presented to you, like always, once again, what are you going to do about it? You can't say that you're not racist and idly stand by and let this happen. And just keep your mouth closed. Oh, because you have one or two black friends, you're not racist. Because you don't say the N-word, you're not racist. You know, because you don't think a certain type of way, you're not racist. If you're not standing up for others that are being marginalized, that are being terrorized, you're just as culpable. You're an accessory. You're an enabler. Please, let's stand together and get rid of these death machines and get them away from the people that really should not have them. There should never be any assault rifle on the street. And that's all I have to say about that.